the betting brand for soccer fans. That's better. Gamble responsibly.
Well, the day before the final, Croatia take on Morocco in the battle for third. There are two teams who came so close. So, jurors, are you a fan of this game, or is this just more pain for the poor players and teams that missed out on the final?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan, to be honest, Robbie. I'm not a big fan of it. Obviously maybe for the fans.
I'm not surprised you said that, by the
way. You're there to win the tournament, and if you're not there to win the tournament, then, you can go home. But, they have this third and fourth playoff. For me, it's more of maybe a bit of a for the fans, for them to get out there and see one more game. And, it's probably a bit of a money spinner as well for FIFA to get more bums on seats and an extra game. So, look, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's obviously been there and part of the history for quite a while. What are your thoughts on having a third and fourth playoff?
I think it's the best game of the tournament. No. Look, it's one of those games that they have to play. It's one of those games, if I say to you who came third or fourth in Russia or all the World Cups before that, you probably don't remember. So,
and do you think with the teams, in this third and fourth playoff, they drastically change lineups? Do they give a go to the players that maybe haven't got minutes in the World Cup to give them those moments?
Yeah, and I guess the other side to that is, or do you give the players that have done so well? I think it's a mixture. I think some of the players will have their eyes on their club because we know this has been a special World Cup. So in a week's time, they're back to their clubs and they're playing again. So, look, I think if you look at it and if you look at the lineups they've had, particularly Croatia, does Modric play this game? It's his final game in a World Cup. Let's hope he does. But having said that, tactically, if you're the coach of these teams, what do you do? Do you go are we looking at the result here, or are we looking at taking the brakes off a little bit and putting on some entertainment for the fans?
Yeah, I think a team like Morocco will probably want to win this and say that they've finished third in a World Cup. I think that's a really important thing. They've already overachieved massively and gone so far in the tournament that no one would have ever predicted they would get there. So maybe it means a little bit more for Morocco. They haven't been a team that has gone out and scored a ton of goals. They've been known as a really defensive team. So hopefully they can open up a little bit and go a little bit more aggressive in terms of trying to score. But I think they've done so well, and for them to finish third would be an amazing achievement. And
definitely.
And I think on the other side, Luka Modric, like you just mentioned before, it's his last game at a World Cup. How do you think he'll be remembered over the World Cup moments that he's been involved in?
Well, I think he'll be remembered fondly as one of the greats. Obviously for Croatia, their greatest ever player. We'll remember 2018 when they got so close in the World Cup, going all the way to the final. Modric was key to that. Even in this run they had to the semi-final, Modric in a different register. We saw him at times playing at centre half and clearing balls off the line. He's
an absolute genius.
Exactly.
He's one of, people have compared him almost to the Messi, and is he considered almost in that top 5 of best players ever? Right. So he's been instrumental in everything good that Croatia's done.
And his club career has been fantastic as well. Over 300 games for Real Madrid, 130 odd for Tottenham Hotspurs. But if we go back to Morocco, who's impressed you for them?
Yeah, I think, I don't think many people would have known any of the Moroccan players going into this tournament. I definitely didn't. Obviously, Hakimi at PSG is probably one that everyone would be familiar with. So he's been excellent. When you think of the Moroccan team, the defence is what has been instrumental. Sofiane Amrabat plays at Fiorentina. He's the holding midfielder. He was immense today against France. So they're two of the guys that really stood out. And
okay, so Morocco have made the semi-final, first African nation to do so, first team from the Arab world to do so. Where does this put them now? Does this mean we're going to expect Morocco in every tournament?
No, look, I don't know. They were a massive surprise packet. I don't think anyone would have thought that they would be anywhere near this stage of the tournament. Actually, Samuel Eto'o was maybe the only one who predicted them to go this far, which he was kind of laughed at the beginning of the tournament.
He looks like a genius now.
And now he's a genius. So, look, hopefully they can kick on from this. Do I see them as being a powerhouse in the future? Probably not, but this has been an incredible tournament for them.
Okay, so who's going to win?
Look, I think Morocco, that's the feel-good factor for me. I'd like them to go and finish third. What about yourself?
Yeah, look, I think it'll be close, but I've got Croatia to win this. Send out Modric as a winner. Well, that's our take on the battle for third. They may not be playing for the top prize, but let's hope these teams stand and deliver.
The betting brand for soccer fans. That's better. Gamble responsibly.